All right, and we are back. It is day 3, that's right, December 3rd of our Whiskey Advent Calendar. So, jumping right into it, we've got today Caol Ila 18. That's right. Our first Islay Scotch. Our first Islay Scotch. It was recommended that it's going to be more fun for y'all if we just open the whiskey and pour it so you can actually look at it in the glass. So we're going to do that this time. I love constructive feedback. All right. So we're going to pour a little bit, not a lot, because I do have an extra special surprise for everyone after we try this one. All right, so we've got it there. It's a nice light color. That is gorgeous. Beautiful. Beautiful, I say. All right, so a little bit about this particular distillery, Caol Ila. It is, of course, on the island of Islay, and that is going to be off on the western coast of Scotland. This distillery is not currently open. They are a sister distillery with Lagavulin, so maybe we'll get to try one of those later on as well. But as far as I could tell, they were closed for construction or something. Caol Ila is the Gaelic name for the sound of Islay, so the island sound. It's that body of water between the island and the mainland. And the distillery was founded in 1846. So Hector Henderson was a Glasgow distillery owner, and he built this distillery overlooking the sound, and of course that's why it got the name Caol Ila. In 1863, new people take over. We're going to find that this kind of becomes a theme. It changes hands several times throughout its history. We'll gloss over that a little bit, but after they took over, there were a couple of decades and more change of hands. They ended up building a pier, which allowed, courtesy of the Industrial Revolution and all the steamships and whatnot, to bring supplies directly to and directly from the distillery, which, of course, when you can expedite shipping, your business is booming. So into the 20th century, again, we've got more change of hands over here. A couple of times, 1920, 1927. The name stays the same. They retain their brand identity. And the distillery has gone through periods of openings and closures. They finally reopened in the early 1930s, 1934. Production begins again, finally, but then guess what? World War II happens and they cut down again as they lose manpower. And they lose the barley to, go toward feeding people. And finally, this crazy history of this distillery that's on again, off again. They opened in 1972, this time permanently, at least until now. They're briefly closed. And that's the point at which production really expands. And that's kind of what we start to see today. They say the demand for blended whiskey once again influences the fate of Caol Ila. It's completely rebuilt to meet demand and made it the biggest distillery on Islay. So that takes us up to 1974. So today we are going to be trying the 18-year whiskey. And as a very special, excited thing, I just happen to have unopened in the wet bar a bottle of the 12. So we're going to taste this one after we taste that one and actually get to do a quick little comparison, which is kind of why I tried to gloss through the history a little. So let me get this one open so it can breathe for a few minutes while we taste the 18, and then we'll compare the 18 to the 12. All right, so where's my other glass? I don't have 2 Glencairns. I see now that I should probably ask for more of those for Christmas. So we'll get this one poured in here and let it breathe a little. All right, so now we've got the 18 and the 12, which I think is actually even lighter than the 18, which I guess kind of makes sense because it hasn't been in the barrel soaking up all those rich goodness from the barrel quite as long. So let's get into it. This is probably going to be one of the peatier scotches that I will have had in my whiskey experience. I don't shy away from them necessarily, but I'm not looking for ridiculous phenols in my whiskeys yet. I'm still building my whiskey palate. It's a journey, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. So smoke, obviously. Peat. I mean, those are. It's an Islay. Why? I'm not surprised. This is not Bunnahabhain we're drinking, like the one unpeated Islay. This is. It smells really good. It does. Let's add that to our tasting notes up here. So smoke and peat right up front, as it should be for an Islay. Can I find anything else? Oh, I was supposed to put this on. My goodness. But we're doing one take. We're doing one take. Why is this not working? There it is. Okay, so there was the history that y'all didn't get to see. Alright, so here's the sound, right? And when they got their pier, when the steamboats come up. During the war, they had to close down, but then they came back in the 70s. And that brings us to tasting. That's a thing. You know? As I was bringing that up to take the sip, and I was still kind of inhaling when I really got my nose deep down in there, there's not a lot of, like, alcohol on this. You get immediately into the smells, right? It's not anything that's gonna burn your nose and be like, oh my gosh, that smells like rubbing alcohol. No, there's... What is that? It smells like salt. It's like briny. Yeah. I'm picking up some brine too. I mean, I don't get me, I love a good briny scotch. I mean, it hits you with some sweetness right up front. And then as it mellows, it's almost citrusy. Salty. I mean, the salt's there. I think that's why I found the brine after I took the first sip. Because the salt is very apparent on the palate. Wow, that's really good. I'm gonna add a little drop to, what are we at? It is a 43%, so 86. There we go. Add a drop. There's something else there. I cannot put my finger on it. I don't know if I like what I'm smelling now. But there's more than just smoke and salt and peat. Oh, the citrus is really popping now. It's not orangey. It's more sour than orange. It's not like lemon either. It's not like bitter puckering. Is that grapefruit? I think it might be. I'm getting grapefruit out of this. Sea salt, peat, brine, and grapefruit. What an interesting scotch that is. Wow. And the finish is just... It's kind of like after you've eaten like some brisket that was overdone, and so you've kind of got that like lingering sort of burnt flavor in the back of your mouth, but it's in a good way. It's not like, oh, I just, licked a piece of charcoal or something. It's kind of a lingering, well done flavor. It doesn't taste meaty. It just tastes... I can't really explain it. I mean, the peat lingers, but it's like this weird burnt flavor in the back of it. Burnt. I'm just gonna call it burnt flavor. Burnt what? I couldn't tell you. That's cool. That's cool. Let's try the 12 real quick. See how that goes. Actually, no. Let's read the tasting notes for the 18. Let's read the tasting notes. So from their website, let's see. We'll go straight down. So nose, smoky bonfires. I mean, okay, yeah. Then soapy water and wet wool. Well, I've never heard that in tasting notes before. A smoldering beach bonfire in the distance, hints of mineral oil, then wax. Yeah, I don't know about any of that. Palate smooth and mildly sweet. Start with good acidity and sea salt. I mean, I got sea salt, but these are not very good tasting notes. Whoever wrote these for the this distillery needs to like not. A lingering charred, slightly sour finish. Well, the charred, yeah, I mean that's the burnt flavor. I don't know if I like these notes. Let's see what what the Whiskey Exchange has to say about it. All right. Nose. Subtle nose with hints of peat, vanilla, and licorice. Ooh, is there licorice? I hate licorice, so. No, I'm not getting licorice in that. Not at all. No licorice to me. Maybe somebody does, but I don't. Palate. Notes of almonds, vanilla, pineapple, and grapefruit. Okay, cool. Cool, we got the grape. Did not find pineapple, or almond, or vanilla. Grapefruit, yes. Almond, no. Nothing nutty in this at all. It's a lot of peat. It's briny, it's salty. In a good way. I like this. This is good. I want a bottle. Finish, peat, pineapple. Again, that pineapple I don't get. Awesome. Okay, let's try the 12. Okay, whoops. I'm not supposed to peek. We're not going to peek. This is still the 18. Okay, there we go. We're going to try the 12 because we had the 12. This did not come in the Advent calendar, but we have it, so we're going to compare the two. Oh, that's very light and bright. Very little smoke on that at all. I probably should have done these in the reverse order. This one is much lighter. I mean, maybe a little smoke. I may just need to clear my palate real quick. Rex over at the Whiskey Vault says, sniff your elbow. Smell your own skin if you're trying to refresh your nose. So, we tried it. Oh, very much lighter and brighter for sure. This is more of a vanilla. Still citrusy. Maybe a little briny still. I mean, the peat is on the palate, but not so much on the nose. Peat, vanilla. It doesn't taste like grapefruit to me, but I'm still getting a citrus kick. I don't think it's pineapple either, though. It just dawned on me I never put the rest of my tasting notes up there. I'm not very good at this. We decided the 18 had brine. And it tasted peat, grapefruit. I don't remember what else I said, but there we go. Yeah, so the 12 is lighter, brighter. Not really getting smoke. Well, maybe smoke on the finish, but... Alright, let's find out. Let's find out what they say. Man, they had some weird descriptions. Subdued citric fruitiness, a whiff of bath oil and dentist's mouthwash. No. Little to no trace of smoke, correct. Almond oil and old-fashioned oil skin. This is some weird stuff. A trace of olive oil After a while, potpourri and scented hand soap. No. Those things do not sound appealing at all. I would not drink a scotch that smelled like that. Alright, so palate, light fragrance, smokiness. Light acidity, sea salt. Yeah, I agree with the sea salt. Sweeter, definitely sweeter. What did the other one say? The other one actually has like real words, real flavors. Here we go. Nose. Intense and rich with malted barley, gentle floral touches, overcome by smoky notes. I didn't get smoke on the nose. Not really. I'm not getting floral at all either. I don't smell anything that these people say I'm supposed to smell. Palate, light and fresh with toffee. I mean, that's probably the sweetness. Let me do the water thing for this one. That was not a very good job. There we go. Oh, the barley comes through better now. What's this one bottled at? This is also 43%. Alright, the water opens it up a little bit, and I think I can smell barley. It may just be that I'm supposed to, so now I'm smelling it. Much sweeter. Yeah, I can definitely get toffee, vanilla for sure. For sure. And pear. No, I'm not getting any pear. I'm still getting citrus on the palate. Balanced by smoke and ashy touches. Finish. Sweetness fading to dark and smoky. Yeah, I'm definitely getting smoke on the finish, so. Wonderful. Wonderful. These are two excellent scotches. I highly recommend both of them. I'm sure that one of them is a bit more cost prohibitive than the other. So if this is in pounds, right now we're like 1.3. So this would probably run about, I think I did pay $70 for the 12. That's about right. And the 18, that is not that much more expensive. I may have to go look for this bad boy, because when I finish the Bunnahabhain 18, I may want to pick one of these up. This 18 is just sublime. It's just go get it if budget is not a problem for you. Yeah, this is leaps and bounds better than yesterday. Holy smokes, this is really good stuff. I'm gonna have a wonderful morning finishing this off. So thank you again, everybody who watches. I think I'm supposed to on YouTube say something like hit a button and subscribe and like and do all those things, follow, bells, whistles. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just here for fun. So have fun with me. Come back tomorrow and we'll do it all over again. Bye, everybody.